Two guys in the morning, right here on C101. John, what's going on, buddy? Is that you, John? Well, man, I got all kinds of feedback.
I'm here.
What's up, man? He's like, yes. I'm here, I promise. It's early in the morning. I'm talking to Corpus Christi. We love Corpus. It's our favorite place to play ever. There you go. I'm helping you out because, to tell you the truth, what's cool about this is I'm sure you don't remember. I mean, you guys go to every market known to God's green earth. You guys actually came here, man, it had to be 10-ish years ago or something. And you played in our conference room for a bunch of listeners. And maybe it was even longer than that. But I remember you guys playing, and I don't think people really got the scope of how big your band was actually going to be. Did at the time, were you guys just making music when you started out and said, if this works out and I get to quit my day job, this will be cool? Or, I mean, what was going through your mind when you guys started recording as a band?
Yeah, man. I mean, I think you're just grateful for the baby steps as you go along. First is the record deal, obviously.
Yeah.
And then, and you get that first tour, or that first festival tour, or that first radio festival, or what have you.
Mm-hmm. And
we would do a lot of in-house or in-studio radio performances, and just like I've always shared with Sean and Dale, I think, which is, a common work ethic, which, man, I think things, we believe things don't happen overnight. I don't think the music business is about winning a freaking a contest. I think it's about putting in the work, and that's something Seether has always done. So for us in the beginning, it was, and it still is. It's just about making music and making the best possible music, and we've been very fortunate that for many years now, people have seemed to enjoy it and continue to come to the shows and buy the CDs or download the songs, which is fantastic, man. I don't take it for granted. It's wonderful.
That's good. And I remember seeing you guys also, I was like at a Bachtoberfest or some huge event, and you guys actually, it was kind of interesting because I remember you guys playing a couple of tunes, or at least one song by the Deftones. How often do you guys do covers when you do live stuff? And is that sort of one of the... it's a multifaceted kind of band, but is it one of those things that it's like, do you look forward to those moments when they come up when you get to play other people's music?
Yeah, man, I think that's something that sticks with you from the beginning. I mean, when you're trying to find your style,
mm-hmm.
you're trying to learn about, your instrument in your first band, your garage band, or what have you, in your bedroom. It's about playing other people's songs, and and that's just kind of, I don't know, that's the rock band book 101 that you kind of start out with, and it's something that we've always enjoyed, which is throwing in a cover. So yeah, I mean, here we are 12 years later and still throwing in a cover. We still do, you're talking about Change and the House of Flies. We do Nirvana, we've done Alice in Chains, and
mm-hmm.
Those are always fun. I think that just comes from how you started out and something that always sticks with you, and it's a lot of fun to cover our favorite songs, Well,
tell me about the new music. I mean, was creating new music, or is creating new music for you guys? Because you do an album, you tour the album or the CD, and you hope for huge numbers, and you guys have done great, crowds and money and all that kind of stuff. How has the process changed for you guys from when you started to where you are right now as a band? Is it still the same thing where the guys just get together and start kind of dorking around with, I've got this thing in my mind, or I've got this melody in my mind, let's see how this works? I mean, how are things different now, or is it just the same when you guys started?
Really, when it comes down to making music, that's still all very much the same. I think we have two processes. One, which is Sean will have an idea and or a complete song, which he'll demo himself, drum machine parts and all, and then introduce that to the band. Or the other process is just, the three of us getting into a room and jamming on an idea, letting the tape roll, so to speak, and then going back through those ideas and then starting to develop those into a song. And I say, if the three of us have been together so long, there's just sort of a chemistry. We almost telepathically sort of connect when we're jamming, and we can actually put the three of us together just alone for a little bit. We'll come up with a song very, very quickly.
I'm sure.
And then Sean, of course, will go back and put in a vocal melody or a lyric, depending on kind of how the song feels to him. We don't really methodically sit down and go, okay, now we're going to do a heavy song, or now we're going to do this. We just kind of let things go and let the music take us where we where it wants to, and then Sean will go back and then, now I wonder what we're trying to say here, and what do I want to say in this song,
Were there so there's got to be like a catalog somewhere of songs that you guys threw away or put on the back burner, and I imagine there's got to be some of those. Are there any that sort of burn you and you go, God, I really think this would be a great one. We should make this song, or did all the ones that you were hopeful for come to fruition?
I think there have been a couple of those over the years. We tried to add a few of those to the sort of best of collection last year, Seether 2002, 2013. We thought a couple of demos on there would be interesting for our fans to hear, a song that, never saw the light of day, so to speak. Yeah. There isn't a whole lot back there that we're just like, gosh, man, I really think that would have changed our careers. I think between us and the producer we're working with at the time, and in this case, Brendan O'Brien, it kind of goes through our filter first, and if it makes the cut, and then it's been great. And if it doesn't, then, there's a reason we moved on from it. And so not a whole lot of those really left in the can.
Now, being recognizable now, it's got to be unusual for you because, when you're a drummer, you're back there and they know who you are, but maybe it takes a little bit longer for them to sink in than a front man. But I imagine at this point where you go out and people go, I know that face. I know that guy from somewhere. That's got to be one of those things. I think it's nice when a band has been around long enough to where you really go, yes, I can identify all the members at this point.
Not just the singer.
Yeah. So it's got to be good for you to go out now. I mean, you can't hide anymore. Darn it, success.
Yeah, it's not horrible, but I do feel for Sean. I mean, we can go through when flying commercially, Sean, bless his heart, has stopped a lot. So obviously Sean is the most recognizable of the bunch. But when you're on Facebook and you see some fan has secretly taken photos of you and your kids while you're digging through the $5 DVDs at Walmart, that's kind of weird,
Yeah. Well, hey, man, we definitely look forward to seeing you guys again. I'll give some folks information about the show. Of course, you get the big Uproar Festival with Godsmack and Seether and Skillet and Buck Cherry and Pop Evil and more. Any of those bands you looking forward to seeing? Or, I mean, are you like, gosh, I really want to check out Pop Evil? Or, I'd really like to watch Skillet? Because, I mean, you've been doing this long enough now to where I'm sure it probably takes a lot to get you to go, okay, I'm going to go out there and watch this band. Or am I just wrong? Do you just love watching all of it?
Yeah, there are a few bands that I do enjoy watching. I mean, and not only for the music, but I appreciate Pop People and their career, their success that they're having right now. I think that's really great to watch. And Skillet, we've just known them for years and toured with them before. Just great people and just a freaking great live band. And always a great motivator to go out and watch do their thing. And then, as we follow, it, helps step up the game. A healthy competition, if you will. But
yeah, definitely.
I love those guys, man. A lot of friends out here.
I like seeing bands like this and festivals come through because it's really a great opportunity for a market like Corpus Christi to see the very best at what they do their very best. You know what I'm saying? It's sometimes you'd have to be like in a really big city and go, well, we see the best sports team here, we see the best band, or we see the best. And then here's an opportunity for us to check out the best. But we've had fun playing you guys over the years. We look forward to seeing you in town for this humongous Uproar Festival. Godsmack, Seether, Skillet, Buck Cherry, Pop Evil, and a whole lot more. Thank you so much for doing the interview with us this morning. We look forward to seeing you guys next week.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you for all the support over the years. We really appreciate it.
You got it, brother. We'll talk to you soon.